Should have shaved.
Live from YMSL Studios, welcome to the Dash Report Week 4 reviews. I'm your host, Bobby Morabia, with studio analyst Doug Dweck from the Jersey Shore, and NRJ from Maurice's Pieces, and a very special guest star today, our in-house studio analyst, legendary future Hall of Famer, Mr. Sammy Tawil, in-house.
Welcome to the studio. Thank you, Doug. Thank you very much. Pleasure to be here.
We're honored to have Sammy. Just in case people don't know Sammy Tawil, let's read some of his accolades.
Wow.
In his 26-year career, it's a .571 batting average.
Wow.
847 career hits.
571 over 26 years?
Number 3 in total RBIs in YMSL history.
Pretty good.
Not bad, huh?
21-time Gold Glove winner. Second highest on-base percentage in league history. One of the best. Sammy, I can't read your handwriting. What's that?
That's one of the greatest of all time.
One of the best of all time. Needless to say, one of the top hitters in the history of the league, and we're honored to have him tonight. And first of all, guys, we didn't think we'd be able to duplicate Week 3's action on the field and off the field, but yesterday was another historic day in the YMSL. First of all, our studio analyst over here, NRJ, broke a 4-year drought without a hit, and I was there to witness it, and you're going to hear this is going to be like Bobby Thompson shot her around the world. There was people are going to say they were there, and he hit it off Hall of Fame Ike Edid on a 1-2 pitch.
Wow.
He ripped a single up the middle, and we have the proof right here.
Wow.
And then RJ, I got to tell you, it was a clean hit, no question about it.
Right.
And congratulations on behalf of the YMSL. I know you got a big standing O from the umpires yesterday. First of all, your thoughts on ending a 4-year drought?
Well, again, I will remind you that I didn't play for 3 years, but I can have the 4-year drought thing. You can keep it going. It was amazing. It was like when someone gets like their 3,000th hit, and the game stops, and the ceremony and the scoreboard. I got all of that. The scoreboard read, "Congratulations, Norman Jemal, on your first hit of the year." And it was definitely a big hit. We were actually up 1-0 at the time, 2 outs, men on second and third. And like you said, I ripped a clean.
Yes.
I think all the networks broke in for each one he had, you know? Like McGuire when he broke the...
Exactly. NBC, ABC,
Yeah,
they all stopped
all
their broadcasting to tune into my at-bats, and I was happy to deliver a clean base hit.
And if anybody thinks that it was not a big event, our Page 6 spies were out and about last night in an establishment in the Jersey Shore. And for our Orthodox friends, we're not going to mention the name of the establishment, but there was a private party in the back room with over 60 people.
Wow.
And one of our spies asked the manager of the restaurant what exactly is going on in that room. And she said something about the kid getting a hit after 4 years. And sure enough, it was NRJ's party. The whole family was there to celebrate, and it was quite an event.
I would love to be there. I would love to be there. That would have been nice.
I was there with around 50, 60 people, but it was actually my wife's grandfather's 92nd birthday.
Oh,
Happy birthday, Grandpa.
That's what they told the grandfather.
And of course, I see Morabia at the establishment, and he tells me it's all this for the hit.
And your grandfather said he could hit better than you,
Right.
and, you know, so it was, all around good laughs. But nonetheless, just to think that was a historic event. By the way, gave NRJ a 1-0 lead over the Bachelors. But who the hell would have thought the Bachelors were an inning away from history? We got reported at an 11-3 lead at one point in Game 2 after losing Game 1 21-0. At 11-3 lead, and they could not close it out. And Allie's U.S. Marshals in a state of humiliation by losing. But we'll get to that a little later. But you still have a 1-0 lead on the Bachelors, which is good news.
And I have my easiest week of the year.
Yes.
Next week when I face the Bachelors. So I'm hoping to add a couple.
You might get hit 2, 3, and 4.
I might get 2, 3, and 4.
And it'll be
Well, actually, you tied with Maurice at hits now, no?
No, Maurice actually got a big hit yesterday
Oh, he did?
also, yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
So he stayed ahead of you by
Yes, yes, he did.
But you have a higher average. You probably didn't bat as much.
I may have a higher average. We
Wow.
have to check the book.
Okay.
I'll turn it over to Douglas now. You have any questions for future Hall of Famer and your contemporary Sammy
Yes.
Tawil?
Wow. First, I'd like to warn Sammy
Yep.
that you may not get a hit again after being on the show, because there's a new curse, like the cover of Sports Illustrated or the cover of Madden. Once you come on the show, you're doomed. Red was here last week.
I saw Red.
He was in first place, 5-1, lost 2 games. I used to hit the ball. I hit batted .530 last year. I was leading the league in hitting for a bunch of weeks. I went 0 for this week. I'm batting like a little higher than you,
A little higher.
but not much higher. So you know.
Why did you go hitless this week?
Hitless this week.
Really? That's
hitless this week, and you know, this is part of the Dashless curse.
Wow.
So you know, you're warned.
Well, I'm sure Mo Sham is right now saying, "Oh no," and Batty and Jack Jemal and Marty, and I hope that's not the case, because if it is, I don't know, we're going to be in trouble. It's probably be the first last time you'll see me here.
So tell us.
So let's see next week how I do. If I go over, you probably won't see me here again.
I got to tell you, is that stat true? Is it a 561 or 571?
Okay, we're back. After we had a little technical difficulties, we apologize on behalf of the YMSL Network. NRJ was in the middle of talking about Sammy Tawil's career 571 batting average.
Yeah, I was just very impressed by that average over such a long period of time, 26 years to have that batting average, and yeah, it's just very impressive. I think on behalf of YMSL here, we're honored to have you in the studio tonight.
Thank you. I'm happy to be here. I told you I'm happy to be here, and you know, I'm just gonna, like I told Bobby, I'm just gonna come to the field and hit, and you know, you got a great hitter right here, Dougie, and you're making your way now, slowly but surely.
Up the
You're getting
chart.
there. You're getting up the charts. You know, you got to crawl before you walk. And no, it's just, I guess one thing I noticed from Joe Gindy, who's like 64, he said your swing never leaves you. So
It's true. No, you always had a smooth
Yeah.
lefty swing.
yeah,
I always meant to ask you this question. Growing up, you know, your brother obviously was one of the best players in the history of the league, all-around players, offensively, defensively, and first ballot Hall of Famer. Did you feel growing up with a lot of extra added pressure to try to duplicate?
Actually, I think my brother, you can make an argument, my brother and Eli Braha, and maybe Mo Shama, are probably the top 3 of all time. I say that, and I think a lot of people agree with me on that. I think my brother actually pushed me to get, you know, he was always better than me, always, up until this year, I think. And I think he always pushed me to be great. So he was always great, and I was always very good. And I think he raised the bar. So, you know, I thank him.
It only benefited you, actually.
Actually, yeah. I always benefit. We played 2 different positions. I was always growing up, being a lefty, being a little heavy at the time. I was very limited with positions I could
You
play.
always played first?
Always played since I was 14.
Right.
And I used to be a center fielder in the league, but then, you know, I was a little heavier. So I couldn't play the outfield. I couldn't play the infield. I'm not David Brackett, short center, and I'm not showing at third. So I was basically pitching, which I'm not a pitcher, and first base. So in the first year in the league, it was, I think, 1980, maybe 1981. And I got picked, and I was Sammy Ribs Casson was the first baseman on our team. And here I am, a young kid, 16 years old, and they picked me 11th round. And they said, you're going to play 2 innings. At those days, it was 2-inning minimum. And they said, Sammy, we're going to get you in a couple innings. And I remember we used to have batting practice in those days, on Fridays. And we used to hit.
Bachelors still do that.
Yeah, bachelors still do that Thursday and Friday, I think. But, you know, but we used to play, and then he goes, we're going to try to get you in. First week, Ribs, I think, breaks his thumb. He's out for the year.
Cracked his ribs, yeah.
Cracked his ribs, thumb, out. I came in, and the rest was history.
Never played again?
He played again a year later. He came back in the playoffs, I think, a little upset that he wasn't starting. But the rest was history. I started playing first, and I was first baseman for 17.
All right, we heard it here. Now we got to take a break from our sponsors, and we'll be right back for the recaps.